What's up, Riders Nation? I'm in Augusta, New Jersey today at the 15th annual Forever Friends motorcycle run and charity event. A good place with good people for a good cause.
Welcome to our 15-year anniversary of the charity bike run event for Friends Motorcycle Awareness. It's Friends Forever. This motorcycle event represents these two amazing young men whose lives were taken from careless driving at such a young age. So this means so much to so many people. Please come out. Please come out and support us. For everyone that didn't make it this year, please come out next year. We are located at the Sussex County Fairgrounds again, and we have wonderful merchandise for sale. We have vendors, food, and this represents people that we love and cherish that are on the road on motorcycles. And we need everybody to be aware. Look twice, look 3 times. Please be aware of motorcycles on the road and save somebody's life. Thank you.
This week's video is about awareness. It is unfortunate that lives need to be lost unnecessarily for people to change. In 2022, over 6,200 people died riding a motorcycle. The negligence of other motorists causes the majority of fatal motorcycle accidents. Alcohol or drug use and speeding are the most common negligent driving behaviors. In other words, the majority of motorcycle fatalities could be avoided and should be avoided. If you are on a bike, follow the laws of the road. I can't believe I actually have to say this, but drive sober. If you are driving in a vehicle, pay attention and be mindful of the possible presence of motorcycles in your immediate area. If me telling you this isn't enough for you, then listen to Mark and Jeremy's story. This is a story of a true friendship and brotherly love that two boys shared here on earth and will forever continue in heaven. Mark and Jeremy met and became best friends in kindergarten. After their first year together in school, their teachers had to separate the boys to deter them from always goofing around. That did not stop them. They played football, baseball, and wrestled together. They also made their confirmation together and found their journey in life. Some friendships end after high school, not Mark and Jeremy's. They were brothers in every way except blood. They worked side by side every day, and Jeremy even lived with Mark's family for about a year. Both boys wanted to be in the service, but one wouldn't go without the other. All tests were completed. They were waiting on additional paperwork. Unknowingly, their paths were headed in a different direction. On September 3rd, 2010, and at the age of 21 years young, Mark and Jeremy took their last ride together. It was a sunny and clear afternoon with a bright blue sky. It was the Friday before Labor Day weekend, and the boys were making plans to ride their bikes in the upcoming days. They were working on their cruisers at Mark's house, as usual. They took a ride to get some parts for the bikes at Motorcycle Madness on Route 94 in Lafayette. On their way back home, Jeremy rode in front of Mark, only a half mile away from home. We know for a fact that Mark and Jeremy saw a driver coming out of a long and private driveway. at a good rate of speed. They didn't think she would stop, but both took precaution and slowed down. We know this is valid because Jeremy survived that day and was able to tell the true story. She did stop for Jeremy to pass, but she never looked again. The driver pulled out in front of Mark onto Route 94. Mark attempted to stop, and with a 40-foot skid, it was too late. His life was taken from him because the careless driver did not take the time to look twice. Mark had the right of way, was not speeding, and tried to save himself. Jeremy watched his brother die that day. While holding Mark in his arms, the pain everyone felt that day was unbearable. We were blessed to have both boys in our lives. After the accident, we were blessed to still have Jeremy. Unfortunately, our heartbreak wasn't over. We lost Jeremy 7 short weeks later. Jeremy had plans to sell his bike and wanted to take one more ride. This was the first time he had taken his bike out since Mark's death. Jeremy was less than a mile from home, and when he reached the crest of the hill he was on, a farm tractor was pulling out of an unmarked field road. Jeremy tried to stop but was unable to do so. Instead, he attempted to swerve around the tractor. He lost control of his bike and was in the path of oncoming traffic. Jeremy died on Thursday, October 28, 2010. Mark and Jeremy were inseparable in life and are now together eternally in heaven. The boys practice safe riding, always using hand signals and riding in formation. They loved life and loved to ride their bikes. The mission now is to make a difference by educating both riders and non-riders to be aware of motorcycles on the road, something we can't stress enough. Look twice, save a life. Please pay attention to the road. Put down the phone and make sure to look both ways numerous times before pulling out or when switching lanes. It only takes a few more seconds and could save a life and their family from broken hearts. This is a great event. It was a beautiful day. The ride had hundreds of motorcycles. There were plenty of vendors and music. The car show brought out some beautiful show cars. But the most amazing part of the entire day was that the reason why everyone was there was never lost. This organization's goal is awareness, and that doesn't get lost at any time. Every time we all get on our motorcycles, we need to remember what could happen. And it's not about us. It's about everyone else. For the most part, I think motorcyclists are safe and cautious. But the drivers out there, they just don't seem to understand. There's no such thing as a fender bender when you hit a bike, which is what makes events like this so important. So as always, be safe out there so we can all continue to live the dream. Please support events and organizations like this. Thank you for watching the video.